All right, so I was going to do this in one video, but I've decided to break it down into a few parts. So my next step is making the door. So I need two sides and two rails. And this is how we do it. Starting with one of these. Right, so we've encountered a little problem. It's a problem I was anticipating. Working with pine is often the case. So as you saw, when I was ripping that wide board for my two door styles, I had to wedge the far end. That's because I was relieving tensions as I was cutting through the material, and the material began to bow. So as I've got my two newly cut door styles on my bench and checked the edges, I can see that they are no longer straight. So what I do is I keep this piece of 18mm plywood around the workshop because I know it has a relatively true straight edge over a long distance. And I can see I'm touching at this end, I'm touching over here, and I've got a hollow in the middle where my material is bowed. So what I need to do is I need to plane some material off this end and off this end, working my way into the middle, bringing this edge true to the plywood or somewhere very close. Once I've got that, I can then run this back through the table saw with this against the fence, and I'll true up the opposite face. So that'll keep me busy for a little while. Right, so where are we up to? I've got my door dry fit together. I've run the router around the inside face, grooving all the way around the inside. And that is for my tongue and groove door panel to sit in. All my joints are absolutely delicious. And this is only dry fit, this isn't even glued together, but they are tighter than my dad's wallet. Okay, so that's all you're getting out of me today. I think we've done quite well. So if you join me next time, we will look at getting the tongue and groove panel knocked up for inside here. I love this router. If you're looking for a router, I've heard people talk about this router that they have problems with getting the bits out. It's got a double lock collet on it. So does my Freud in my router table, and I believe other brands do. So if it's something you haven't encountered before, it's a safety feature, but it's an absolutely belting router. So I love it. I've said it before that I love it, but one of my favorite tools. Also, what I did was I used the Triton Dowel Jointer to knock this up. And what I've done is taken the spring out of it when I used it earlier on. And I found that was much easier to plunge, and it had no particular effects on alignment or anything like that. So that spring is really, really stiff. You really got to crank it in. And just by taking the spring off, it just made the process so much easier. So I think I'll be doing that again in the future. But other than that, I still love it. I think it's a great bit of kit. And the results I get from it are fabulous so far after the modifications I made, which if you check out my other video, you will see the modifications I've made to that machine, which I find improve its accuracy. For me anyway, because these went absolutely where I intended them to without any kind of misalignment. So dead chuffed with that. So yeah, join me next time and we'll have some more woodworking fun. Catch you later.